The proving ground of the Galactic Defense Academy stretched beneath 3 alien suns, casting twisted shadows across the assembled cadets. Commander Vexthor, a towering Crethian with chitinous armor plating and 4 arms folded across his chest, surveyed the nervous recruits with eyes that held no mercy. "Today," his translator crackled, "you face the Carthax." A collective shudder ran through the formation. Even Lisa Chen, usually unflappable, felt her stomach tighten. She'd heard stories about the Carthax, war beasts engineered by the ancient Vormal civilization, creatures designed to test the worthiness of warriors. They could sense fear, aggression, and something the Crithians called spirit resonance. Fail the test and you'd be deemed unfit for combat duty. Pass and you earned the right to continue training. Beside her, Max Rodriguez shifted his weight, his jaw set. The 2 humans had become close friends during their months at the academy, bonding over shared experiences of being the only representatives of their species among hundreds of aliens. Earth was new to the Galactic Coalition, and every action they took reflected on their entire planet. "Remember," Max whispered. "The instructors said it responds to dominance." Lisa nodded, but something felt wrong about that advice. She'd grown up on a ranch in Montana, surrounded by horses and dogs. Dominance was never the whole story. The gates opened with a grinding screech. The Carthax emerged like a nightmare given flesh. It stood 8 feet at the shoulder, with 6 powerful legs ending in claws that scarred the metal floor. Its body was covered in overlapping scales that shimmered between obsidian and deep violet. 3 eyes arranged in a triangle fixed on the cadets with predatory intelligence, and rows of crystalline teeth gleamed in its massive jaws. Commander Vexthor's voice boomed across the arena. "Cadet Zixal, step forward." A Renthari cadet, her bioluminescent skin flickering with nervous patterns, approached the beast. The Carthax lowered its head and released a sound, half growl, half sonic weapon that made the ground vibrate. Zixal held her ground admirably, expanding her chest plates in a display of Renthari dominance. The beast circled her once, twice, then huffed and moved back. A pass, but barely. One by one, cadets were tested. The Vexian warrior who puffed out his poison sacs, the Herlachian who unfurled her wing spines. Each met with snarls, tests of will, and occasionally a swipe of claws that stopped just short of contact. Some passed. Others broke and ran, washing out of the program in moments. "Cadet Rodriguez, step forward." Max squared his shoulders and walked to the center of the arena. The Carthax turned its 3-eyed gaze upon him, and Lisa saw her friend's hands ball into fists. He'd been a boxer back on Earth, and his instinct was to never back down. The beast lunged forward with a roar that seemed to shake reality itself. Max didn't flinch. Lisa had to give him credit for that. He stood firm, chest out, meeting the creature's eyes with pure human stubbornness. The Carthax circled him, its massive head swaying, jaws snapping inches from Max's face. Drool that could have been acid hissed on the floor. Max didn't move. Finally, the beast huffed and retreated. Another pass, though. Commander Vexthor's mandibles clicked in a way that suggested it wasn't impressive by Crithian standards. "Cadet Chen, step forward." Lisa's heart hammered as she walked into the arena. The Carthax swung its enormous head toward her, and she felt the weight of those alien eyes assessing her. This close, she could see the intelligence behind them. This wasn't just a beast. It was a being engineered and ancient but aware. The creature began its approach, claws scraping against metal, the familiar snarl building in its throat. Every instinct the Academy had drilled into her screamed to stand tall, show no fear, project dominance. But Lisa thought of her old dog, Bear, a rescue who'd been abused before her family adopted him. She thought of the wild horses her father had taught her to gentle, not break. And she made a choice. Instead of puffing up, she slowly lowered herself into a crouch. Gasps erupted from the watching cadets. Commander Vexthor's translator sputtered with what might have been alarm. The Carthax stopped, its head tilting in obvious confusion. This had never happened before. Lisa kept her eyes down, non-threatening, but she didn't cower. She simply knelt, one knee on the ground, and extended her hand palm up. "It's okay," she said softly, knowing her words wouldn't translate but hoping her tone would. "I'm not here to fight you." "I see you." The beast took a cautious step forward, then another. Its breathing changed from aggressive to curious. Lisa remained perfectly still, her hand steady despite every muscle screaming at her to run. The Carthax lowered its massive head until its crystalline teeth were inches from her face. She could smell its breath, sharp and electric like ozone after a storm. One of its 3 eyes closed, then another, until only the center eye remained open, studying her with something that looked almost like wonder. Then the impossible happened. The war beast knelt. Its 6 legs folded beneath its body, and it lowered itself until its head rested against Lisa's outstretched hand. A sound emerged from its throat, not a growl but a rumbling purr that resonated through the arena. The creature that had terrorized cadets for generations was nuzzling a human like a puppy seeking affection. The silence in the arena was absolute. Commander Vexthor's forearms hung limp at his sides. When he finally spoke, his translator struggled with the emotion in his voice. In 300 cycles, never. Lisa gently stroked the beast's scaled head, feeling the warmth beneath the armor. "You're just lonely, aren't you?" she whispered. "Doing your job, testing warriors, but nobody ever sees you as anything but a weapon." The Carthax made that purring sound again, and Lisa could swear she felt gratitude in it. As she stood, the beast rose with her, following her like a devoted companion back toward the formation. Max's eyes were wide with disbelief. The other cadets parted like water before a ship. Commander Vexthor approached, his steps measured. "Cadet Chen," he said slowly, "you have done something unprecedented. The Carthax has chosen you. In our entire history, the war beasts test warriors. They do not bond." Lisa looked at the massive creature sitting beside her. Its tail, she hadn't even noticed it had a tail, swishing back and forth. "On Earth," she said, "we learned a long time ago that strength isn't just about domination. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is recognize another being's worth and meet them with respect instead of force." The commander's mandibles clicked rapidly. Laughter, she'd learned. "Perhaps," he said, "your species will teach us more than we expected. The Carthax is yours now, Cadet Chen. What will you name your war beast?" Lisa smiled, running her hand along the creature's neck. "I think I'll call him Bear." And in the proving ground beneath 3 alien suns, a bond formed that would change the Galactic Coalition's understanding of humanity and of strength itself.